welcome to the South Dakota Link Net. This net meets each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. The purpose of the net is for emergency preparedness, handling of traffic, making amateur-related announcements, and operational testing of the SD Link system. Please give your call sign even if you are just testing your ability to access the SD Link system. It is not okay to kerchunk, and it is rude and inconsiderate to monitor stations. It is also illegal according to FCC rules. Temporary individual cross-band repeat with the South Dakota Link is highly discouraged, and any permanent linking is not permitted by the South Dakota Amateur Council. Stations that are using APRS should be sure they are not beaconing when on the South Dakota Link. Operators of radios using APRS must make sure the automatic beaconing is turned off when not on that frequency. Unfortunately, it is very easy to forget to do this, so the safest is to use a dedicated radio and never move off that frequency. Please feel free to rag chew, but please observe common courtesy and leave room for emergencies and braking stations. Your net control tonight is November 4, Lima, Delta, Bravo, Lance, and I'm located in Sioux Falls. The South Dakota Link consists of 16 repeaters, of which use the 146.2 tone, except for Salem, W0 SD, the UHF hub, and the Sioux Falls UHF, which also has a tone of 103.5. The coverage is from Minnesota to Wyoming on I-90 and from Iowa to north of Watertown on I-29. It is owned and operated by the South Dakota Amateur Radio Council. Break. When you check in, key up, then please wait 2 full seconds before starting to talk, as there is a delay across the whole state with this many link sites. On Wednesday night, the Black Hills repeaters at Rapid City and Bear Mountain will be a part of the system during the net, and that extends coverage into Nebraska and Wyoming. If you are interested in being a net control on this net, contact Kilo 0 Bravo Bravo Charlie Matt or Whiskey 0 Sierra Delta Ed. You can contact them by email or by the SD Link email group at sdlink@groups.io or simply contact them on this net. The SD Link has a webpage at sdlink.org where you can find information on this South Dakota linked repeater system, the lists of all the clubs in the state along with their websites, and additional information can be found there. This repeater system does take a substantial effort and money to maintain, which is done by relatively few dedicated individuals. Any contribution toward keeping the SD Link operational is much appreciated. You can do this directly by contacting the South Dakota Amateur Radio Council's treasurer, W0SD Ed, or through PayPal. The information is available on the website's homepage. Break. Now calling any station that has traffic announcements or bulletins for the net. Please call net control. Hearing none, let's begin regular check-ins. And I do apologize, I do not recall where we left off last week. So this week we'll start in the northeast corner of South Dakota with the Watertown repeaters, and we'll adjust that accordingly in the weeks to come. Now calling those stations with the Watertown repeater, and those stations please call net control. Kilo Echo 0 Echo X-ray, West Watertown, Key 0 EPS. We have Kilo Echo 0 Echo Papa X-ray. Good evening, Wes. Thank you for checking in. Next station, please, with the Watertown repeater. Please call now. Last call. Any other stations with the Watertown repeater, please call net control now. Hearing none, we will now move to the Toronto repeater. Those stations checking in tonight from the Toronto repeater, please call now.
KC0, Oscar, Victor, Charlie. KC0, OBC, clear from Toronto, and thank you for doing the net.
Kilo Delta 0, Echo, Mike, Juliet, KC0, County J, Jack, Candy, Minnesota, no traffic on the Toronto repeater.
Kilo Echo 0, Whiskey, Papa, Charlie, KE0, WPC, Aiden, near Toronto on the Toronto machine.
And we'll break there. And with those stations from Toronto checking in is Kilo Charlie 0, Oscar, Victor, Charlie. Good evening, Raleigh, and thank you. Also, Kilo Delta 0, Echo, Mike, Juliet. Good evening, Jack. Thank you for checking in. We next had Kilo Echo 0, Whiskey, Papa, Charlie. Good evening, Aiden. Thank you. And Kilo Bravo 0, Quebec, Echo, Foxtrot. Good evening, Dick, and thank you for checking in. The next stations, please, on the Toronto machine. Please call now. The last station checking in. If you could call again with your call sign phonetically, I'm sorry, I was not able to pick up your call. One more time, please.
Echo 0, Yankee, Uniform, Bravo, Mike, KOYUB.
And we have Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Uniform Bravo. Thank you, Mike, for your patience and help me pick up your call. Any other station checking in tonight from the Toronto machine, please call now. Hearing none, we will now move to the Coleman repeater. Those stations checking in this evening from the Coleman repeater, please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Whiskey, Papa, Charlie, KE0, WPC, Aiden, near Toronto on Coleman. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Charlie, Charlie, India, AF0, DCI, George, and Bertie, no traffic to report. Thanks. 0 MOC, 0 Mike, Delta, Aiden.
We picked up 3 there. We have Kilo Echo 0, Whiskey, Papa, Charlie. Aiden, excellent signal from the Coleman repeater. Also have Kilo Foxtrot 0, Charlie, Charlie, India. Good evening, George, and thank you for checking in. And the last station, I copied Mike, Oscar, Delta. If you could come again with your call, please.
0 Mike, Oscar, Delta, W0 MOC.
We have Whiskey 0, Mike, Oscar, Delta. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that. Thank you for helping me pick up your call. And for ID, this is November 4, Lima, Delta, Bravo, calling the Wednesday night South Dakota Amateur Radio Council Net. Are there any other stations from the Coleman repeater? Please call now. Bravo 0 Echo Charlie Oscar. Good evening, Chan. A little bit of scratch, but you're making the trip well. And thank you for checking in from Coleman. Last call for stations on Coleman, please. Hearing none, let's move down to the Sioux Falls repeater. Those stations checking in tonight from Sioux Falls, please call net control now.
Net control, please copy Kilo Bravo 0 Whiskey Sierra Victor, KB0 WSV, Steve in Sioux Falls.
KG0TE, Kilo Delta 0 Tango Echo, also Steve in Sioux Falls.
KG0 DNC, Kilo Echo 0 Delta November Zulu, Bob in Sioux Falls on Sioux Falls 2HF, clear.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Echo Alpha Uniform, John in Sioux Falls, KF0 EAU, over.
And we'll take a break there. We picked up 4 stations. Kilo Bravo 0 Whiskey Sierra Victor. Good evening, Steve. Thank you. We next checked in Kilo Delta 0 Tango Echo. Good evening, Steve. Great signal. We then had Kilo Echo 0 Delta November Zulu. Bob, also an excellent signal this evening. And Kilo Foxtrot 0 Echo Alpha Uniform. John, thank you for checking in. Next stations, please, from the Sioux Falls repeater.
Foxtrot Sierra, Lynn, Southwest Sioux Falls.
Calling those stations, checking in tonight from the Sioux Falls repeater, please. Hearing no other Sioux Falls check-ins, we'll now move down to Turkey Ridge. Those stations checking in this evening with the Turkey Ridge repeater, please call net control now.
Net control, please copy Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Alpha Sierra KC0 DAS. Bill in South Central Sioux Falls, QRU.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Kilo Quebec Bravo, KF0 KQB, Bill Central.
KE0 IDM, Kilo Echo 0 India Delta Mike Jim in Yankton on the meter at, I can't think of the town right now, but it's the one I always use, I'm sorry. I'll think of it here in a minute.
November 0 Lima India Delta N0 LID, Stephen Vermillion. Kilo Bravo 0 Whiskey Sugar Whiskey Tony on the west end of town.
And let's take a break there. From Turkey Ridge, we have Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Alpha Sierra. Good evening, Bill. Thank you. And also have Kilo Foxtrot 0 Kilo Quebec Bravo. Good evening, Bill. Thank you for checking in. Kilo Echo 0 India Delta Mike. Good evening, Jim. Thank you. November 0 Lima India Delta. Good evening, Steve. Thank you as well. And Kilo Bravo 0 Whiskey Sierra Whiskey Tony. Thank you, gentlemen, for checking in. Next stations, please, from the Turkey Ridge repeater.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Delta Lima Uniform. Kilo Bravo 0 Whiskey Sierra Victor with a relay.
Kilo Bravo 0 Whiskey Sierra Victor, please go with your relay.
check in. KC0GFS, I believe her call is. I'm not sure that you heard her on the Sioux Falls repeater. I am checking in on Turkey Ridge as well.
KB0WSV, thank you for checking in on Turkey Ridge. And for the relay, we have Kilo Foxtrot 0 Golf Foxtrot Sierra, and have Lynn by relay. Thank you, Lynn. Now calling additional stations from the Turkey Ridge repeater, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Delta Lima Uniform Andy across Nebraska.
And we picked up Kilo Foxtrot 0 Delta Lima Uniform. Good evening, Andy. Thank you. And it sounded like there was another station in there, but I only picked up static. Was there a relay, please? Hearing none. Last call for any stations from Turkey Ridge. Please call now. Hearing none, we will now move to the Salem repeater. Those stations from the Salem repeater checking in, please call now.
Yeah, relay in there, Lance. Call for the relay again.
This is November 4, Lima Delta Bravo. Was there a relay for a missed station, please?
Net Control, this is KB0WSV. Please copy KF0GFS. Lynn was checking in on Turkey Ridge, it sounds like. Pretty scratchy, but she was making it in there.
Thank you, Steve. And by relay, we have Kilo Foxtrot 0 Golf Foxtrot Sierra also checking in on Turkey Ridge. Thank you, Lynn, very much. Now moving to the Salem repeater, please. Any stations from Salem, please call now. Last call. Any stations from the Salem repeater, please?
I'll recheck just so you know it works. This is KB0WSW, west side of Sioux Falls.
KB0WSW, thank you for that. I appreciate it. We'll now move to Crandall Hill. Those stations from the Crandall Hill repeater, please call Net Control now.
This is Kilo Echo 0 Bravo Tango Victor.
Kilo 0 Sierra Sierra Delta.
Kilo Echo.
I believe we picked up two stations there. Kilo Echo 0 Bravo Tango Victor. Good evening, Larry. Thank you for checking in. There was another station that ended, I believe, in Sierra Delta. If you could call again, please.
Kilo 0 Sierra Sierra Delta. K0SSD, Tim and Hecla, South Dakota.
I have you that time, Tim. Thank you for your help. Kilo 0 Sierra Sierra Delta. Thank you for your patience and thank you for checking in. Next stations, please, from the Crandall Hill repeater. Please call now. And for ID purposes, this is November 4, Lima Delta Bravo, calling the Wednesday night South Dakota Amateur Radio Council Net. Again, calling stations from the Crandall Hill repeater, please.
Net Control, this is Kilo Charlie 0 Whiskey Golf KC0WNG Doug and Miller with no traffic.
question mark on your last letter of your suffix, please?
It is Golf KC0WSD.
Kilo Charlie 0 Whiskey November Golf. Thank you for your help and patience and help me pick up that call. Last call for stations from Crandall Hill, please. Hearing none, we will now move over to the Wessington Springs repeater. Those stations checking in this evening from Wessington Springs, please call net control now.
Whiskey 0 Golf Kilo Echo. Ron and Mitchell W0 CKE is clear.
Net control. This is Kilo Delta 0, Yankee November Oscar, Harv West Harris, KD 0, YNO, clear.
And we picked up two stations this evening from Wessington Springs, Whiskey 0 Golf Kilo Echo. Good evening, Ron. Thank you for checking in. Good to hear you. And Kilo Delta 0 Yankee November Oscar. Good evening to you as well, Harv, and thank you. Any other stations from the Wessington Springs repeater, please call now. Hearing none, let's move to the Reliance repeater. Those stations in the Reliance area checking in on the Reliance repeater, please call now.
November 0, November Oscar, Greg Nearpier on the Reliance repeater with no traffic, is 0 MTO.
And we have November 0, November Papa Oscar. Good evening, Greg. Thank you for checking in. Last call, stations on the Reliance repeater, please. Hearing none, let's move to the Pier repeater. Those stations in the Pier area checking in this evening, please call net control now.
Good evening, Net. Whiskey Bravo 0 Romeo Juliet Hotel, Greg on the Pier repeater, negative traffic, WP0 RJH.
And we picked up Whiskey Bravo 0 Romeo Juliet Hotel. Good evening, Greg. Thank you for checking in. And the last station, if you could say again your call sign, please. I was able to pick up your suffix of Charlie Bravo Papa, but your prefix I'm still missing. If you could say again your call sign, please.
Relay.
Please go with your relay.
Whiskey 0 Charlie Bravo Papa, Whiskey 0 Charlie Bravo Papa.
Thank you for the assistance on the relay. We have Whiskey 0 Charlie Bravo Papa. My relay, thank you for checking in. Any other stations in the Pier area, please call now. Hearing none, let's move to the Murdo machine. Those stations in the Murdo area checking in this evening, please call net control.
This is Alpha 0 Lima Yankee, Ham Deerfier on the Myrtle machine, A0L1.
Alpha Alpha 0 Lima Yankee. Good evening, Tam. And Kilo Echo 0 Quebec India Bravo. Mike, thank you for checking in as well. Any other stations checking in this evening from the Philip repeater, please call now.
Okay, now I'm on the Philip repeater. Kilo Echo 0 Quebec India Bravo. Mike in Piedmont. KE 0 QME.
KE0 QIB, thank you for checking in on the Philip machine. Any other stations on the Philip area, please call net control. Hearing none, moving over to the Rapid City UHF. Those stations checking in this evening from Rapid City on the UHF repeater, please call net control.
Oscar Uniform India. Bill out of Piedmont checking in on 94 KE 0 UY. Echo in the Rapid City on the Rapid City UHF.
There was a double and we picked up two. I have Kilo Echo 0 Oscar Hotel India. Is that QSL, Bill? I believe I might have made an error, and I'm sorry, gentlemen. Was there a station Kilo Echo 0? The Kilo Echo 0 station again, please?
That was Kilo Echo 0 Oscar Uniform India. Bill out of Piedmont on Rapid City. I'm repeater KE 0 OUY.
Kilo Echo 0 Oscar Uniform India. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate your patience and helping me correct that mistake. The other station that called in that I have not acknowledged was involved in a double. Could you call again with your call sign, please?
Kilo Charlie 0 Juliet Golf Echo KC 0 JGE on the Rapid City UHF. What'd you call?
Thank you for your help. Kilo Charlie 0 Juliet Golf Echo. Good evening, Andy, and thank you again. Any other stations this evening from the Rapid City UHF, please call now.
Number Alpha Charlie in 0 NAC, Rapid 94.
And we also picked up November 0, November Alpha Charlie. Good evening, Jim. Thank you. And for ID purposes, this is November 4, Lima Delta Bravo calling the Wednesday night South Dakota Amateur Radio Council Net. Any other stations checking in this evening from the Rapid City UHF, please call now. Hearing none, now calling stations from the Rapid City VHF. Please call now.
KE 0 AYN Kilo Delta 0 Alpha Yankee November Delta Rapid City on the 94 VHF. Kilo Bravo 0 Bravo Uniform Tango 94 Rapid. Mike, WME9M in Somerset, Rapid City.
We there. I have Kilo Delta Zero Alpha Yankee November. Good evening, Delbert. Thank you. And please correct me if this is wrong, but Kilo Bravo Zero Bravo Uniform Tango.
Bravo Uniform Tango, that's correct. Name is Jim.
KB0 BUT. Good evening, Jim. Thank you for your assistance. And I also have Whiskey Victor 9 Mike. Good evening, Mark from Somerset. Thank you. Any other stations this evening from the Rapid City VHF? Please call now. Hearing none, let's move to Bear Mountain. Those stations checking in this evening from the Bear Mountain repeater. Please call net control.
Kilo Charlie Zero, Kilo Papa Victor, Randy's Hot Free, 185. Kilo Echo Zero, Yankee Bravo Oscar, Ryo and Edgemont. Oh, David and Hot Springs.
We picked up 3 stations there. I have Kilo Charlie Zero, Kilo Papa Victor. And I'm missing the first letter of the next call. I have question mark Echo Zero, Yankee Bravo Oscar. If you could call again with the first letter of your call sign, please.
Kilo Echo Zero, Yankee Bravo Oscar.
Thank you for that help. Kilo Echo Zero, Yankee Bravo Oscar. Thank you again. Thanks for checking in. I have Whiskey Zero Hotel Alpha Oscar. David. Any other stations, please, from the Bear Mountain repeater? Please call now.
Zero KAM, November Zero Kilo Alpha Mike, Curie, Southeast, Rapid.
And we picked up November Zero Kilo Alpha Mike. Thank you for checking in from Bear Mountain. Any other stations? Last call from the Bear Mountain repeater. Please call now. Hearing none, we'll now move to the Terry Peak repeater. Those stations checking in this evening from Terry Peak, please call net control now.
Zero Zulu November Zulu Zeb in Fruitdale on the Terry Peak machine, K0 CNC.
We have Kilo Zero Zulu November Zulu. Good evening, Zeb. Thank you for checking in. Next stations, please, from the Terry Peak repeater. Please call. Last call for the Terry Peak repeater. Please call now. Hearing none, we will now return to East River and take late check-ins. Any station East River late check-in, please call net control now. Station just checking in from Watertown. If you could come again with your call sign, please. Thank you. November 0, X-ray, Kilo, Oscar, and thanks for your patience, Steve. I appreciate that. Any other stations, late check-ins, East River, please.
Kilo Fox 0, Charlie Zulu Delta, KF0, CZD, Chad, Southwest Sioux Falls. Thanks for doing the net, Lance. Great job.
We picked up Kilo Foxtrot 0, Charlie Zulu Delta. Good evening, Chad. Thank you for that as well, and thanks for checking in. Last call for late check-ins, East River, please. Hearing none. Now moving back West River. Late call. Last call for late check-ins, West River. Please call now. One more call for West River. Late check-ins, please. Hearing none, and for ID purposes, this is November 4, Lima, Delta Bravo, calling the Wednesday night South Dakota Amateur Council Net. This concludes tonight's check-ins. Are there any stations with traffic to pass? Hearing none. Whiskey 0, Sierra Delta, or Kilo 0, Bravo, Bravo Charlie. This is November 4, Lima, Delta Bravo. Please copy my routine abbreviated net report for 1 March 2023. There were 50 check-ins this evening with one piece of traffic, including this report. How copy? Hearing no traffic, we'll hang on to that report till next week. And I want to thank everybody for their patience as I was pulling out your calls this evening on the first net, and I look forward to coming back next week. This is November 4, Lima, Delta Bravo, now securing the South Dakota Link Net. We'll meet again next week at the same time. This is November 4, Lima, Delta Bravo, now returning the repeaters back to their normal amateur use, 73. Good night, and this is N4 LDB. Clear.